Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 11th. We're just going to do a Celtic cross here, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. You do have this, you have the Emperor here, and the Emperor I noticed came up quite a bit during the monthly July readings. I do feel that there is kind of like this lingering energy of control for a lot of people, it could be anything. It could be like the feeling of control at work, for example. Maybe you feel like you want to get a new job, but you can't. Maybe you feel like you can't escape, right? Same thing in love as well, but I would say in love it feels like a different type of control. It's almost like you feel like maybe you can't have this right here, 10 of Cups. So in your current general energies, you have the 10 of Cups, which is actually a pretty good card. Obviously, it's a card of fortune after difficulty, improvements, and things like that. But again, we have this Emperor here, so we're going to have to dig into it. I am going to clarify this reading as well, Cancer, and we'll see what's going on. But the 10 of Cups is fortune after difficulty, happiness, good things coming in for you just in general. So I do feel there is a lot of happiness and just, success in general coming in for you here with this 10 of Cups energy. I also feel there's like a lot of opportunity for you to socialize this week and to get a lot of benefits from socializing. The funny thing is you have the 7 of Wands, which is showing up in the area of your closest relationships. We'll talk about that, but it could be not wanting to socialize even though you have really good social energy. In the area of your crossing energy, you have the 3 of Wands. What are you waiting for here, Cancer, is what I would say to you. The 3 of Wands is like my card of waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. For some of you, this could be accepting love into your life. So if you want love, again, obviously, if you don't want it, then don't. But if you do want it, I feel like you could be, it might be time to open up to the potential of, jumping into a relationship. It's kind of weird. I don't want this to come off the wrong way here, Cancer. So please, take this with a grain of salt, right? But it is interesting that you have the 10 of Cups, 3 of Wands with this Emperor as your foundation energy. It's kind of like, to me, I see this as like maybe wanting a home, wanting a family, but also not wanting to feel controlled at the same time. Like I understand, if that is the case for you, I totally understand like where you're coming from. Like you could be, it's like if you have a family, it's like obviously you can't go out and party anymore, right? Well, you could, but maybe you feel that there's like societal pressure or something like that to not be able to do those things. So I kind of get I just feel the difference between those two things. And again, I'm not saying what's right or wrong here. I think people should live their lives however they see fit. But again, this could be how you are feeling with this reading. And like I said, take it how it resonates. In the area of your thoughts, you have the 4 of Pentacles. Again, feeling attached to your past here with the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is holding on too tightly to the past. Having said that, I love the 4 of Pentacles. He has the pentacle on his head, the pentacle over his heart. One of my favorite people of all time, Greg Braden, says when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on here. I feel this reading is saying, hey, it's time for you to move some mountains, whatever that means for you in your life. Mountains do not have to be obstacles. They can just be, big things that you want to accomplish. And I do feel for a lot of you that it's like once you get into alignment, and I do believe this reading is encouraging you to get into alignment. We're going to talk about how at the end here. Then you will move some mountains. Again, in the area of your foundation, you have the Emperor. Now that I'm on the Emperor finally, I do feel a little bit of that control, like I said, but I do feel very driven and motivated. I'm really focused on this right here, his armor that he has on. The armor that he is wearing represents the fact that he is always ready to go at a moment's notice. He's ready to just start work on something, or he's ready to just get moving on whatever he wants to get moving on. So I kind of feel like you're ready for movement. Even one of your next cards here, which we're going to talk about, is the Knight of Cups, which he's kind of like finally ready to move, but you end with the Knight of Pentacles, which is no movement. So we're going to have to look at this. Here in the area of your past, this is the energy you are moving past. You have the World card. Pretty simple. Whenever we get the World, like in the past, for example, just says we're starting a new cycle. I follow the Fool's journey. The Fool, you start as a Fool, you make it to the World, then you just start all over again as a Fool. And so I feel for a lot of you, you're just starting this is just saying you're moving past one accomplishment or achievement or past one cycle and you're getting ready to start a new one. What new cycle are you starting? Well, I would say in the near future, you have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups could definitely be a knight in shining armor. So if you want love, there's definitely love here for sure. Knight of Cups, he's also normally kind of like looking into that cup and he's scrying, he's imagining, or he's picturing his future life as he wants it to be. The Ten of Cups, living the dream, right? So I feel for a lot of you that you're kind of looking at maybe what your dream life could be. He's also in the desert here, and there's really nothing growing, but there's water flowing in front of him. The Knight of Cups says you might feel like you are in a position or a place in your life where you can't make anything grow, but actually you can. All you have to do is kind of plant some seeds. The reason I really feel this as well is, again, your outcome card is the Knight of Pentacles. And so we're going to come back to this, but the Knight of Pentacles, he just has to plant some seeds in those fields. It's a pretty simple, straightforward energy. Here in the area of the next few months, you have the King of Pentacles. Feeling stable, feeling secure, feeling like you're taken care of. I do feel a lot of you could be focused on financial security. I would say that that's probably going to be true for all 12 signs. I've only done 2 signs so far, but just based off of everybody's reading and also the time that we are in, I believe most people are focusing, their main focus could be on financial security or just, creating kind of security in general. I like the King of Pentacles for security because it says you're creating security. So really good. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is defending your position at the top of a hill, but to me it can represent being a little kind of like putting up boundaries. Number one, I would definitely put up boundaries in any situation that you see fit, including love. On the table, obviously I'm moving, so I apologize. I don't have my whole entire setup with me, but you have the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is pointing towards this Seven of Wands. So what I would say is, I feel if you are entering into a relationship, it would obviously be a really good time for you to put out some boundaries and maybe lay your expectations out up front. That means you're gonna have to listen to their expectations as well, but I feel like that can solve a lot of problems if you're worried about getting into a relationship. I feel like as long as you get everything out up front, the other person does the same thing. You both know where you're coming from, then you can kind of go from there. And obviously, if someone doesn't live up to their end of the bargain, you can leave. So I feel that here. I also feel that, I would be socializing if I were you. As I always say, tarot cannot tell you what to do. Tarot is loose advice at best. But I do feel it is encouraging you to socialize, especially if the Ten of Cups, Seven of Wands, conflicting energy, basically. Ten of Cups is like needing to socialize. You can get a lot of benefits from socializing with the Ten of Cups, but the Seven of Wands like wanting to stay home. Trust me, I'm a Pisces. I totally get it. I never want to go out. I always just want to stay home all day long, right? That's all I want to do. So I totally get it, but I feel like there could be a lot of benefits in going out. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Ten of Wands. I feel like you feel close. I actually feel pretty good about this. I personally, I like this card, the Ten of Wands. To me, the Ten of Wands can represent having been on a long journey, and really he is carrying his harvest right here. So a lot of people read this as a negative card, but really it's not. It's a positive card. He has planted all those wands. He's collecting them. Yes, he's burdened, but he's about to reach his home that is off in the distance here. So he's about to be successful. He's about to have his harvest. And so I feel like you feel over the next few months like you are very, very close, and I feel like you are very, very close to having a harvest. Even with your outcome, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles can represent being too cautious or playing it safe, and you can see here he's the only knight that represents no movement. If you want to be technical about the tarot, technically all 4 knights represent movement. They actually all represent fire energy as well because they all represent movement. But the Knight of Pentacles, he's really not making any moves. He needs to make a move. He's the only one whose horse isn't moving as well. So, he needs to plant these seeds, these empty fields back here. And the thing is that he has these oak leaves on his helmet right here and also on the horse right here. So it's like he has more than enough knowledge and wisdom to be successful. He has everything he needs to be very successful, but he just needs to kind of like put it into action. So I feel that for a lot of you that if you're thinking about starting anything, I would definitely get moving here. But let's clarify through here, Cancer. With the Ten of Cups and the Three of Wands, you have the Knight of Wands. There you go. Movement. The most movement. Knight of Wands, he's like ready for the adventure, right? Three of Wands, what are you waiting for, right? And then the Knight of Wands is kind of like ready. He just is very spontaneous, willing to go on an adventure. You have three knights here as well, which is pretty interesting. I feel that a lot of you could be kind of like really getting moving here with this reading. With the Four of Pentacles in the area of your thoughts, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is like self-imposed restriction, feeling stuck, feeling like you can't, make any moves in, any movement forward, I should say. And so, I do get like a little bit of a stuck energy here. We kind of talked about this at the beginning of the reading. And maybe you're feeling controlled or like you can't, make progress. We might look into that at the end. With the Emperor, you have the Three of Pentacles. So right away, this could represent teamwork. If you're feeling controlled or stuck with the Emperor energy, the Three of Pentacles could represent needing to like work on a team with other people or needing to work together with other people. I feel like that could be one benefit. I also feel this is just talking about your skills. Again, the Emperor is your foundation. We're clarifying with the Three of Pentacles. And to me, it's just saying, like I said with that Knight of Pentacles, that you kind of like have the skills necessary. Three of Pentacles is meant to represent quality work, but I feel it's kind of like a broader message for you here, Cancer. I feel like it's saying in like work or business, you have the skills necessary to like take a risk or to put yourself out there with that Knight of Pentacles or to start something on your own or to start something new. As far as love is concerned, I feel like the same thing. It's like saying you have the skills necessary to be successful in your next relationship or in your current relationship if you're maybe wanting to take it to the next level. But I do feel like you have to kind of get moving. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Chariot. Excuse me, sorry. The Chariot is a card of a victory and success. It's also a card of willpower. The Chariot basically says where there's a will, there's a way. So if there's something you want to accomplish, I think you really have to take control. Maybe that's what this is saying. It's like saying you almost need to reverse the control. You need to take control of the Chariot so that you can be successful at this time. I mean, that is your energy as well. So it really puts you in a position of power and strength to show up as yourself. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords finally sees things clearly. For a lot of you, she normally has her back to the past in the reading as well. So I'm wondering if you have or are getting yourself to this financially secure position or just a position of security with the King of Pentacles. And because of that, she's now focusing on the future, this direction. And so now you're able to focus on the future. With the what I would say is it's like sometimes I feel the Three of Wands waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. But really, it's like sometimes I think we say, oh, I'll get into a relationship when I'm at this level or when I do this, or I'll start this business when my kids go back to school or when this happens. And I always tell people, like, don't do that because you could be waiting until the cows come home. There's no time like the present. But what I would say is that I kind of do feel like whatever you've been waiting for is here with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. But I feel like that Knight of Pentacles is like saying, don't doubt it, get moving, right? With the Seven of Wands, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a card of separation. I feel like you could be putting up boundaries due to past heartbreaks, separations, challenges, things like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting up boundaries, like I said, but I would make sure that you're also kind of being open at the same time. With the Ten of Wands, you have the King of Wands. You have a lot of fire energy here. So again, definitely a lot of energy that is encouraging movement, I would say, for you, Cancer. The King of Wands is about being bold and assertive and really going for something. It is coming up with that with that Ten of Wands. So I feel for a lot of you, this type of energy to me can represent starting something new. And the reason I say that is because it's almost like you're having to be bold, brave, and you're also having to take on responsibilities with the Ten of Wands. And the King of Wands, he also takes on a lot of responsibility. Probably not a bad thing because usually he gets results. Usually he becomes very successful. And finally, with the the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands, marriage. For some of you, this could be an earth sign or a fire sign, clearly, or any sign. You have basically everything here. But there could be a person coming in for you who wants a deeper commitment. Again, for some of you, not a criticism, right? Live your life, as I always say, but for some of you, you might be seeing it as a prison sentence. And I always tell people as well, it's like, well, ask yourself a question. It's like, do I see this as a prison sentence because this isn't the right person, or, as far as love is concerned, or do I see it as a prison sentence just because, I'm scared to commit or whatever? And again, I'm not calling you out here. I'm just saying you're going to have to be honest with yourself, right? So I do feel like there's marriage potential here. If you are not looking for love, even if you are, I feel like that is saying once you take action, you will be set free with that Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of freedom, and the Knight of Pentacles is basically saying once you get started on like a new project, you will be set free. I wanted to clarify that Eight of Swords with the Four of Pentacles. I already know. You have the Eight of Pentacles here with the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. It's literally saying, like, once you get to work, you will be set free, kind of like I was saying there. So there's probably no reason to really clarify this any deeper. Yeah, you have the Emperor. It's like you could be controlled by your own thoughts at this time as well. And so I would definitely be careful of that. But I really feel that's talking about taking action. And boom, here you go. Your outcome is like the Ace of Pentacles. Major success, big opportunity. So I feel that this reading is talking about working on something that is going to really, truly set you free. This is an amazing reading. So thank you for being here, Cancer. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.